One of the first and most important things that you have to learn when you start to play the guitar is producing the sound. I'm going to show you the most common and a little bit more uncommon ways of making a sound with your right hand, because the right hand is most often the hand that you use for sound production. First, let's begin with the common ways of producing sound. One of them, of course, is plucking the strings, and there are two ways of plucking. One is called the rest stroke. It means that after plucking, for example, the first string, your finger comes to rest on the next string. And the other way to pluck a string could be the free stroke. Everything is just the same, but after plucking, your finger will not touch the neighbor string. Of course, you can do the rest stroke with a pick, and of course you can do the free stroke with a pick. That is more common on an electric guitar or a steel string guitar. This here is the classical guitar, and it's a good way to show all of the different possibilities. Okay, so the plucking is the way that you use if you wish to play a melody. The other way of making sound with your right hand is not plucking the strings, but strumming the strings. Here also you can use your fingers or the pick. In the case you're playing with a pick, you can strum the strings either down or up, and all different patterns are made up of down and up strokes. It is not possible to go down 2 times in a row, because once you're down you have to come up again, even if it's in the air. With the fingers, the case is different. You can go down with one finger and use the other fingers to go down again without bringing your fingers up. So this is the way that people use in different folk styles like flamenco. There are many different combinations that people use, because you have 5 fingers and it makes a lot of choice. So the most common ways of making sound are the plucking and strumming. Let's see a little bit more uncommon ways. One of them would be hitting the guitar. In classical music is called golpe. You can hit the guitar either with your thumb or the middle finger or the index finger also. It is not used only in classical music. For example, Rolling Stone uses this kind of technique. Of course, he doesn't use the classical guitar, and he takes a steel string guitar with very low string action to execute this kind of techniques in right hand. The other, a little bit more uncommon way of making sound with the right hand would be the tapping. It means you hit a string with the right hand finger. It is most used on electric guitar. It needs a high sensitivity. On a classical guitar the sound will not be very strong, but it is used by some composers. The way of making sound depends on the guitar and the music style that you are trying to play, and it takes a lot of time to produce a nice and beautiful sound. In the case of classical guitar, it needs also that you have good nails and you make sound with a combination of fingertip and the nail. And with a pick you have to choose the right pick. The technique of holding the pick can be different. The hand positions, the exact place of plucking the string is also important. So one possibility is to experiment with different options. The other would be to open a method book, because the information is everywhere and it's just waiting for you. Practicing the sound production should be an important part of your everyday practicing routine. So why not